there, and welcome back to Weird Soda for Life. Do you know what they called the cat that ate the lemon? A sourpuss. Ah? Ah? Mew? Mew? Ah, you get it. Anyway, welcome back. Today we are trying Sour Puss Soda. Admittedly, I got this at Rocket Fizz, and I have to say I sort of assumed that it was one of those like weird one-off generic-y sort of soda brands or even Rocket Fizz's own brand. Looking at you, Lester. Um, but as I was doing some research on it to try to see what I could find out, I discovered we've actually come across this bottler before. Do y'all remember the Unicorn Yak and Gamer Group sodas we tried about a year ago? The one, the terribly gross soda brand? Well, they are made by Avery, and apparently so is this. The weird thing about it though is that like Avery doesn't list this soda brand because apparently there's other flavors. There's like a kiwi one and a blueberry lemon. But Avery doesn't list um this soda um genre, I guess. I don't know, brand. It doesn't list it on its website. I actually found out that this was made by Avery because I looked at like other soda slinging websites. TM TM TM. Uh, but but yeah, I found it there, and a lot of them were like, "Oh yeah, this is totally Avery's," and so I have to believe that it probably is. It may not have a lot of play because it's like got only three flavors, but yeah, that was a little odd. And to remind you about Avery, Connecticut based, started in a barn, 1904. The end. There's really not a lot happening there. Um, except a cat. Is this the sourpuss I referenced earlier? It could be. It could be. It certainly will be if a certain kitty does not stay away from the plants that are behind me. On you go. Anyway, with that, I would also say I really debated on whether I wanted to discuss the history of fruit punch or not. Um, I decided in the end not to. Not because it's not interesting. I mean, you have your very basic, like ancient fruit punch, which is essentially mashing a bunch of fruits together and doing some sugar, and more of the more modern day equivalents, like the punch bars and stuff in England, and like all the punch recipes in like colonial America. So like it does have a very interesting and varied history. I just couldn't quite figure out how to narrow it down into a scope that didn't make this video 20 minutes long. Because as you know, I was gonna say propensity, and I do think that's the word I mean. I have a propensity to make these videos longer than they really need to be. With that, let's look at this soda. So it says super sour, sourpuss soda. It'll pucker you up. Um, great, I guess. This face is upsetting. Let's be clear. This face looks like a butthole. I'm sorry. And maybe your question is, in what does that say? But come on, come on. This is not. What is this? It's either that or a really, really hideous fish boy. This so take your pick, fish boy or butthole, and words and things that I never thought I'd be saying, especially right after the other. But anyway, there's not a lot to see. You can see it's very basic design. There's not a lot really. It does say Avery's on the bottle, but there's not really a lot to indicate that much more about it other than what it is. So let's get to the purpose of the channel, shall we? Ah, yeah, twist top. And I have learned my lesson from the last couple episodes where I thought, I'm not going to need a glass. I don't need to let this soda breathe. No, we are back to the glass. So, okay, I was going to say it seemed a little flat as I was pouring it, but there's bubbles in there. This is probably not a very good descriptor, but it smells red. um, yeah, it just smells like a sweet, kind of off-brand Hawaiian punch. So bottoms up. Okay, I'm gonna look like the fish boy. Um, that is quite sour. It is not as sour as the Warhead soda that we've had on the channel a couple times, but it is quite sour. It is a little flat, but that could honestly be due to how long it was on the shelf. I don't know how long it was on the shelf, so I'm not going to ding it specifically for that. Um, yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. Irony that the sour soda made me feel sweet, I guess. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with this. It tastes as if you had Hawaiian punch and you dumped a bunch of citric acid in it to make it tart. Um, and I'm here for it. I really like that. It kind of makes me intrigued to find the other ones. I'm not a huge kiwi fan or strawberry kiwi fan, but I'd try a sour version of it and see where it got me. Um, but yeah, this is very, very good. This is actually, to me, much more impressive than the Totally Gross sodas from a year ago because the Totally Gross sodas just seem to be frank, sorry, Avery, mediocre sodas with a fun label. Whereas this label is janky, but you know what? It does what it says on the tin. And as we know in a lot of the advertising and some of the sodas that we've had before, that's not a common occurrence. So uh, I was gonna say kudos to you, Sour Puss, but like, who knows? But yeah, I if you like sour, this is one to buy. And again, I got it at Rocket Fizz, but you can probably find it at a lot of these shops that are like old school confectionery shop now. So go get it. Next week, we're back to food. Don't worry, it's not a Lester's one because I mean I do have a, another bottle in reserve for that, but we'll see if I have to tap into it. We are trying, however, Boots Beverages Lemon Meringue Soda. Um, looked lemony, looked very yellow, and you know me, I sometimes just pick by color. Uh, but I'm looking forward to trying it. And uh, this has put me in a much better mood. So thanks, Fish Boy. Um, until next time, drink weird, and you don't need a fish boy. You get yourself a fish man, or a fish woman, or a fish person. Get yourself a fish person. See you next time.